Hey guys, Brian here. I've got a lot of things that go on inside of me, and I want to start. I want to start talking about some things and sharing about some things with you guys. It's hard to do on Facebook because of the audience there and the whole persona thing that's going on with social media. And so this is just a more personal way. Maybe once maybe once a week, a couple times a week, more or less. I want to. I just want to articulate some thoughts and share with you guys some things that I see. And if you like it, cool. Maybe you'll follow me. If not, there's a lot of cool YouTube channels out there other than this one. But I'm hoping that maybe some of the things I share would lend a little insight or be of help to others. Um, I've been driving around this evening, listening to some music, having a lot of emotions. Emotions are really high. Today's a really emotional day for me. Happy Father's Day, by the way, to any of you fathers out there. It's a really emotional day for me, and I don't know why. I just I have those from time to time. And today, in particular, I've been thinking a lot about my late wife, Kimmy, who most of you know passed away. Um, and I want to talk a little bit about love. I want to talk a little bit about relationships, and just some things that I see. And I don't want to come off as judgmental. I just want to tell you folks what I see a lot going on. I see people settling. I see people picking somebody because they're there for them right now. And I see people in relationships where they're not even in love. I see people, sometimes it's a matter of convenience. Some people are just scared to be alone, scared to be with themselves, scared to face the future by themselves. Some people want stability. Some people want something to go home to. Some people don't like to be alone in bed at night. You know, sometimes it's financial. And I'm not saying that these people that are in these relationships don't have, anything to the relationship at all. I'm sure there's some kind of love there. But I see a lot of people settling. I have friends, acquaintances, and they're not happy. They're not happy with what they're going home to. It just beats the alternative. You know, the relationship I had with my wife, when I was out at work during the day, I couldn't wait to get home to be with Kimmy. Any spare moment, any waking hour I had that wasn't necessitated somewhere else, I couldn't wait to be with her. From the moment I left the door in the morning till the moment I got back, my main focus for the day, other than the task at hand, was to get side by side with Kimmy. And she was my favorite person in the world to hang out with. And she got first right of refusal to all of my free time. And that doesn't mean that I never did anything with my friends or buddies or, whatever. But she always had first right of refusal. I always checked with her. We never had to have something like a date night or any of those kinds of things, because every night was date night with her. Every moment with her was special. And I just absolutely adored her and the ground she walked on and everything about her, and how she was so in tune with me and my music, and how supportive she was, and how she really got me in a way that nobody else ever has. And, it was whether we were at home or in a meeting or out in public, she always made me feel like I was the greatest guy in the room. I was the greatest guy she'd ever met. There wasn't a moment in our time together that I didn't feel that way. And I tried to do the same thing for her. There was no guesswork about us as far as other people were concerned. She was just really, really cool that way. And she respected me. And I respected her. And we never fought, never had a terse word, never a breakdown, never, And we could hold space for one another. She'd be going through her grief for her 9-year-old son that died, Zachy, as many of you know. And I would listen. She would pause, and I'd just wait. I didn't need to barge in with my thoughts or ideas. And I'd just wait patiently, and then she'd start talking again, as I knew she would. We just held space for one another during dark times like that. And the medical stuff that she had going on, the cancer and all that, and the fear we lived under. The stuff that we went through when I had heart surgery, and all the surgeries on my legs, and walking with a cane and everything else. And it was never an issue for her, and it was never an issue for me. We were just so glad to be together. And what it's taught me in hindsight is life is too short to spend it with somebody who isn't the one. And people get impatient. They think that they're going to go through their whole life and they're not going to meet that one, or God isn't sending that person to them, or the universe isn't lining up for them, and so they go out and they force the hand and they make it happen, and they wind up getting with people that are about 75% there, but they're not 100% the one. And so they wind up settling, and then there's this whole, you got to take the good with the bad, and there doesn't have to be bad. It doesn't have to be that way. It can be all good if you're patient. I waited 48 years for Kimmy, and God delivered, and oh my gosh, He delivered in a big way. And yeah, our time together got cut short, and it's just as heartbreaking and as anguish as things can be. But I'm just, God, I'm so grateful for the time that we had together, and that He chose me, gave me the distinct honor of walking her home, and I got to be the very, very best Brian Greendahl any woman has ever seen, and she was the very best Kimmy anybody had ever seen. And I just I want that kind of love for you guys, my friends, and people out there. And if you can just be patient, if you can just hang on, if you can just be the best version of you that there ever was, if you can just take the time to work on yourself, to be the person that, the type of person you deserve and are looking for, would be attracted to. There was a time that women like Kimmy didn't marry guys like me, But I took some time, and I worked on myself to become a damn good man, worthy of women of her stature. And you people out there, you can have that too. There's just there's an abundance of love out there if you're just willing to have it. Somebody told me one time the hardest thing you'll ever do is allow yourself to be happy, and that is so true. We keep thinking the other shoe is going to drop. We keep thinking that there's something better over there, and I can only be halfway into this because what if that comes and I'm too vested here? Life is too short to do that stuff. You have to learn to let it go with complete abandon. You have to learn to jump into something with both feet. Give it your heart and soul. Give that love some love. and love it with everything that you have. If you have a woman in your life or a man in your life, give it your all. I used to get up every single morning from our first date to the last breath that Kimmy took. Every single day, I asked God to help me make sure Kimmy got the better end of the deal. And the byproduct of that was I got the best deal ever. And if you can just approach it that way and quit worrying about, what you might get or what you might not get or what you might miss out on or what they're doing or not doing, and just be everything you can to make that relationship worthwhile. It'll come back to you tenfold. It'll come back to you tenfold. Yeah, I'm left short. Here I am now alone, and I go through tremendous pain, and I go through tremendous anguish and heartache, and I don't know what the rest of my life looks like. But man, I have loved, and I have loved in a way that few human beings get the chance to do. It must be the way God loves me. It must be the way God loves you, because that's the only way I can describe the love that I had with Kimmy. And I think that everybody should have a love like that in their lifetime. And I think they can. If we just, if we quit settling, if we quit getting into these relationships that are dead end, going nowhere, if we could just work on ourselves enough and work through our issues and get to a place to where we're healthy enough to have that healthy relationship, instead of getting with somebody and making them a 2-year victim of a process that you haven't worked through yet. I see a lot of that stuff going on. And I don't mean to be preachy or sound judgmental. I think people have the best of intentions, deep down in their heart. And they just want to love. They want to be loved in return. And nobody knows how to make that happen anymore. And I experienced that. And it happened for me. It can happen for you. For me, the key was forgiveness. I had to forgive the people who had harmed me along life's way. And I had to forgive, God, my higher power, and ask him to forgive me and open my heart up and help me heal where love is concerned. And God did that for me, and my heart opened up, and I had healed where love is concerned. And I just experienced the greatest thing love has to offer. And you deserve the very best. I don't care who you are out there. You deserve the very, very best. You deserve all of the earth's riches. God has given you an abundance of everything you need to be happy in this world, if you just open your eyes and see what's around you and utilize it and share it and love the one that you're with and give it your all. It can happen for you. Just don't settle. Don't settle. You deserve the best. And I'm rambling now, so I'm going to say goodnight, and hopefully you'll tune in next time.